This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN Network. And joining me right now is Carl Wolf. He is the chairman and CEO of MamaMancini's Holdings, Inc., publicly traded company. The symbol is MMMB, now on NASDAQ. Congratulations, Carl, and it's great to see you again, and thank you for joining me.
Oh, I'm glad to be here, Robert. The last time we spoke was around 15 months ago, and I'm happy to give everyone an update.
Well, let's do it. Let's dig right in. Yeah, that last interview we published, just to be clear, was on April 30th, 2020. So, you know, there's a lot there. You know, we already talked, I just alluded to NASDAQ Uplisting. We know you've added some key board members. Let's get into it. You know, give us the full update. What's been going on?
Well, we waited quite a while to get on NASDAQ, and we met all their qualifications. It was much slower than we thought, but we're very, very glad to be there, and our volume has increased very substantially now that we are on NASDAQ. We've had some new board additions this past year. We added Mike Stengel, who ran all of the corporate hotels for conferences for Marriott, a $2 billion business. And he just recently went into independent consulting, and we're very, very happy to have him on the board, and he's been very helpful in food service area. In addition to that, Connor Haley has joined our board. Alta Fox, which is his fund, owns about 5% of our shares, and he's been a very, very active member. Many of you already know Connor Haley. He's had quite a track record and has been very productive as a member, very, very active in our management. So that part is, you know, very, very positive for the company. In terms of the major events that happened in the business is we have had a very, very positive year last year. Our profits and sales were up very significantly. The first quarter was flat, to down a little from last year. That mainly was because the prior year there was tremendous inventory build for COVID, and we didn't, on a comparable basis, that didn't happen this year. In the second quarter, which is ending on July 31, approximately a week from now, that looks very, very positive. Sales should show a very significant increase. Profits are a little tighter, mainly because of very heavy commodity increases. However, our future looks very, very strong. We have some major new accounts that have just begun in this quarter, or will begin in next quarter. And we expect to see very dramatic sales increases in the third quarter, and very significant profits as our sales increase. We have a very, very small percentage increase in variable expenses. So we expect each additional sale to bring about 20% incremental profit, operating profit to the company. So we are very, very bullish for the end of the year, and we look forward to you know, realizing that. In addition to that, we began a very active acquisition search, and that has gone well. And we think that we're very hopeful that we'll have some very, very positive news in the very near future for a significantly accretive acquisition. Some of the criteria that for this acquisition is a company that we can help manage in terms of sales growth through our contacts or their contacts, and then use best practices for operations. Any acquisition we make must be significantly accretive, and also have management that will stay. We plan to finance the first acquisitions with our own cash and a bank line of credit that we have from M&T Bank. So that part is very good. Also pending is our first placement for sales on Amazon Fresh. And we are developing a major convenience store line, meatballs in a cup. We hope to go into our first major test in the next few months in a major convenience store chain. That represents an incredible opportunity for the company in sales. In addition to that, another growth area is in colleges and universities that got slammed last year. Volume per university should be around $500,000 a year. That will be led by plant-based products. And the last area of growth is QVC, where we are typically the #1 or #2 producer. We just been nominated on QVC Consumer Choice Awards as a contestant in the best brand of any brand on QVC. So that is major. In addition to that, the best meatball and the best sauce. We've won several awards on QVC over the last several years. So things are going well. Commodity costs have increased, as everyone knows, and freight. We're dealing with it, and we're passing along a significant portion of those costs. However, it does take time, and that's why this quarter will show the effects of that, but next quarter should be fine.
All right, Carl, there's a lot to unpack there. That was the full boat.
Right.
And a couple different rabbit holes that we can go down there. But I mean, of all the updates that you just gave us, I mean, what would you say is the most exciting part for you as chairman and CEO of the business, you know, that you want our investor audience to know?
Well, we have major new business, whereas other new sales maybe been $1 million, $2 million a year. These are in the $5 to $15 million a year type opportunities. Last year, we did approximately $41 million in sales. So if we can bring in a $10 million account or a $15 million account, that is a lot of business.
It's a lot of meatballs.
Yes, a lot of meatballs. So anyway, we got a lot of balls in the air, and
No pun intended.
No, not at all. So anyway, we're very hopeful. Accounts are larger and opportunities are larger.
So when you talk about the acquisition side of things, because that's something definitely very new
Right.
since the last time we chatted, and probably since the first time we chatted 6 years ago.
Right.
So what kind of value accretive businesses are we really talking about? Obviously, you don't have to get too detailed from what you can say and what you can't say, but you know, I mean, are we talking frozen spaghetti? Are we talking frozen garlic bread? I mean, what are we saying?
I can't really. Well, it's any area that involves take-home meal. So that is the most desirable, because let's say we see an acquisition and they're a potential acquisition, and they're selling 5 supermarket chains or 1 club store. We have the opportunity to bring them into other club stores and other chains. Likewise, if they're selling someone that we are not selling, that could be a beneficial opportunity for us. Also, any acquisition that is doing nice business in food service is very helpful to us. Food service has been a lagging area and represents, I think, a potential doubling of our business if we once we gear that up. That got killed with COVID, and so now we're regrouping and starting again.
Yeah, what's interesting about your business, I mean, look, you know, COVID, it was very detrimental to a lot of businesses out there, but you know, it seems like for MamaMancini's, you know, from what I've seen, is that would you say it's forced you to have to either pivot or reevaluate how you do things, and then as a result, kind of just run with it? I mean, what's been the effect?
What happened in COVID is, well, we got a lot of additional business, mainly in club stores, in items that were pre-packed, ready to go. The fresh deli area, hot bars, sandwiches, etc., in the supermarkets went way down. And that business, while the other business went up, that business went down. Then this first quarter, that business now is coming back very significantly. One of our customers is Whole Foods National. And that was for hot bars as well as grab and go. And that business now is coming back very, very substantially. So we're in all 550 Whole Foods nationally.
Very good. And then lastly, you know, you talked about how you brought on the new directors, Mike Stengel, and then of course Connor, who we've interviewed many times on here. You know, so why is this such a big deal for the company, especially as you uplist to NASDAQ? You know, what from a corporate perspective, why is this so important?
Well, we really have, you know, we have, you know, very prominent directors who are mainly skillful in selling sales to supermarkets. Connor and Mike represent knowledge in NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange areas, which are very, very helpful. You do have another criteria. You have to be much more disciplined and make sure you're running a very, very professional operation in terms of reporting as well as your business overall.
And with that, Carl, where can our audience go and find more information on MamaMancini's?
They can go to www.mamamancini's.com, no apostrophe on the S, and go to hit investors. And then you go through, we have a whole area of information, including our current stock price, a deck, and so forth. You also may wish to look in that area on published reports on the company as well.
Very good. Well, Carl, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I look forward to our next update.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Bye.